What's up, YouTube? Got the Fosi Audio ZP3 preamplifier. Go ahead and hear the unheard. Yeah, and some ZP3 with some Chinese scribbles there. Good to go. Well, let's just start out with the basics. We got 12 volt trigger control, remote control, ZP3, strange power cord. Yeah, different from everything else. Definitely different from these big old DC power blocks here. So Fosi Audio did some stuff here, new features with this preamplifier. I was looking for a preamplifier with a little bit more oomph than, say, this ZD3. Thought this ZD3 was going to be good for just being a preamplifier and a DAC all in one. Turns out it doesn't really have a lot of preamplifier volume, in my opinion. So that preamp volume, I don't know if it's like 2.5 volt pre-out or 4 volt pre-out. This is more like has more like a 5 volt pre-out. So, it's just quite a bit of extra volume it adds to the system. Now that could be good or bad depending on you don't want to turn it up too much and get too much distortion in there anyway. I've got treble control, bass control, balance control, which they're not really well marked. I mean, you can see the little notches on them, but yeah, take like a white paint marker or something and poke it down in that hole. This little button on the front, excuse me, for turning on this system here, you hold it down to turn it off. You push it once and it turns it on, and then you can select between these three inputs. You have RCA1, RCA2, and XLR. So this has a little light there that kind of shows you where it is, whether it's RCA1, 2, or XLR. I'm assuming this is just a little thing for the remote there, the little infrared remote. And I kind of got this upside down here, but to show you, this is on the bottom side of this here. So you have a high pass filter here. You have 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. You have 80 hertz to 20 kilohertz, and then again 120 to 20 kilohertz. This is a bypass for the bass and treble controls on their bottom as well. You've got 2 sets of RCA inputs, 1 set of balanced inputs or XLR. You got a subwoofer output, you got RCA output, and then you've got an XLR output. And then of course there's where that 12 volt trigger all goes into here. Power switch on the back. Of course the famous Fosi Audio orange knob. I really enjoy the bass and having the bass and the treble controls. Of course, everybody would, I'm assuming, like to have a parametric EQ or a graphic equalizer, but this is a high step above having nothing at all. Also, the high pass filter on the bottom is game changing for this type of thing. I always want to keep my low frequencies in the subwoofer. Switch off the high frequencies into the towers. I don't really care how big the tower is either. I'd use it for small speakers, big speakers, whatever. Just let the sub do its job. Unless you've got some massive drivers on your tower speakers or whatever you're using. So yeah, I had this all hooked up. Just first initial thoughts of listening to it, lots and lots of volume, really high preamplifier output voltage, so you're going to get a little bit extra input power into these. And where that'll help with distortion in the beginning, you still don't want to, you know, just go overboard with it too. So kind of watch that. But yeah, anyway, that's my initial thoughts on it. Take a look at the remote, I guess, and show you a few buttons on the remote. You got ZD3, ZP3. You've got P4 and the BT20A Max. These are all things that can be controlled by this remote here. So you can kind of get rid of maybe all of your other extra Fosi Audio remotes if you've got a bunch of their equipment, a lot of their stuff. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying the sound so far. I haven't really got a chance to really listen to it too in depth because I'm kind of this is kind of my workshop space, and it doesn't really have good acoustics or sound dampening in here. So maybe get a little bit higher into that further down the road. But so far, enjoyable. Not missing anything as far as detail in the sound or anything like that. Sounds great. I do believe you can upgrade the op amps in here. I have not done that yet, where I've upgraded op amps in both the V3 mono blocks and the ZD3. I've upgraded everything to the Sparkos 33602s, but I have not done this yet, and I haven't really dove into it. I've seen a couple of videos where guys are saying that it's pretty intensive to get into it. So I guess we'll have to see, and then when I do that, I will make a video and kind of show everybody how I got in there, sort of step by step, and let you know. But yeah, new design, new box, nice little preamp. I'm happy. Yeah, later.